The most important thing to keep a man attracted. Hello, my name is Chengi, and you, my precious one, are my world. Welcome, angel, to my world. Right here, where I teach you how to present as a high value, high status, high worth woman that men find completely irresistible. So, what is the most important thing that men need to stay attracted to you? See, some of us girls are able to pull a guy. We look good, we show up as amazing, with great personalities. Men, the boys come crawling to the yard, they're excited to meet us, they're excited to ask us out. We don't really have that problem. Some of us, the problem begins when it comes to retaining that man's attention and especially his attraction. What is it that happens for a man to lose attraction? Here's what we need to understand about the male psychology. They are naturally built to hunt. Men love a challenge, okay? Yes, they do. Every man wants to feel like he's got the prize. He wants to feel like he had to climb over mountains, swim rivers and oceans to get a woman. It's just how they're wired. The thing that we work our hardest to get, the thing that we sweat the most to get, the thing that presents as up there on a pedestal that we just one day want to get, is what makes Olympians work so hard. It's what makes winners fight so hard, because we have this goal and this prize and this thing that is lofty, that is to be attained. And in every career, every profession, every walk of life, there's always that one utopic place, and we are prepared to keep everything going for it. And we are prepared, some of us, to work 6, 7, 8, 10 years. And I know a man in the Bible called Jacob, who was ready to work 14 years for the love of one woman, okay, to make that woman his wife. And that is a nature of a man. No matter how many challenges Laban put before him, no matter how many challenges he said, okay, now do this, even though he was screwed over in the first instance, he saw Rachel as a challenge. He saw her as the one that was seated above, the beauty, the one that and so waking up all day, every day to work for 7 years for free for his uncle so he could have Rachel felt like nothing to him. It felt like a few days. It's the same thing as what keeps a man attracted. The standards that you put before a man, the standards you put, the higher they are, the more he sees and is attracted to you. Not only does it speak to him that other men probably were presented with those same standards and they probably failed and flailed and fell at your feet because they couldn't meet the standard, but he's going to be the guy that meets that standard. But what it is we have been scripted and programmed by modern society to believe that if we present standards, he's going to run. Of course, a loser, a man who has nothing to offer, who didn't come to stay but to play, is going to run when he sees standards. And a high-value woman has to be okay with a man running, because running doesn't indicate to a high-value woman that she is unattractive or that she has no value. A man running is an indication that her standards are still in place and that they have not shaken or moved. Okay. So when we put standards in front of a man and we say, this is what it takes to have me and to keep me, we trigger his attraction levels. Because guess what, girls? The more our girls out here in these streets, until we get to them, okay, until we reach them, our friends, our family, and share the message of being high value, high worth, and high status that comes from Chengi's world, okay, until we as a female consciousness evolve and start to give men standards that they have to keep in order for them to have our non-sexual time and attention. Let's just forget the sexual stuff, just your non-sexual time and attention. The more value you put on that, the more, if you are somebody who is always available all day, every day, you are on the phone 4 hours every day, there have to be times, when I was courting my fiance, there were times when, he would call me and I would be in the middle of working, editing videos, or in the middle of a project, writing up something, writing my book. And I would just say to him, honey, I can't speak right now. Maybe let's talk tomorrow, or I'll ping you later because I've still got to finish work. It wasn't because I was playing games, but because I was armed with purpose. I had a life, and so my availability was such that it made him respect me, it respected my time, and it made me even more attractive to him because he knew, wow, this girl has so much going on that she's really truly pricey and high value. So it's really important that you, number two, have a purpose and something that you pursue that is way more important than just waiting for a guy to call. I mean, sometimes I get these messages from you girls and you're like, I went and I checked his Instagram and I saw that he liked this person and 10 people, other women have now joined his Instagram and now he's got Sally Jane. I'm like, I don't even have time to post on Instagram, never mind. You know, I don't even have time to scroll on Instagram. Like, I would have to be like in a doctor's waiting room with nothing at hand where I left without a book to read or something for me to be scrolling on Instagram to see what anybody's doing, let alone checking somebody's followers, how many followers they've been added. This is an indication that you're a woman with no purpose, you're a woman with no direction, you're a woman who has no sense of a need to pursue destiny or purpose. And I can tell you something that reads to the intuition of a man, that she isn't a prize, that you're not in movement, you're not going somewhere where he wants to be a part of where you're going. The third thing is being a woman whose presence is all that and a bag of chips plus the dip. Are you a fun time? Are you a good time? Are you a woman that can laugh at silly things? Are you a woman that can be teased? Are you the kind of woman that when he is with you, that time that you do have for him, when you do show up, that you have great conversation, that you are good company, that you are a laugh, you know? That's what's really matters. When I was free and able to go on dates as often as I could, we would have an amazing time. Yes, we would sit in my car and chat forever and laugh and joke and talk about this person and that person. I was able to show up as a really good investment of time. And some of us are not an investment of time. We're grouchy, grumbling, entitled, demanding, critical, finding something wrong, making a man feel crap in our company. Are you somebody who makes a man feel like a man when he's around you? Are you a feminine woman who, for the few moments in his world where maybe other men don't respect him or have not respected him during the day, maybe he runs a business and yes, he deals with crappy customers, or he goes to work and he's got a crappy boss and life has brought him down and he no longer feels like a man most of the time. Are you the kind of woman who, when he's in your company, he feels like the man? Are you a woman that's appreciative? So that's important for a man to continue to be attracted to you, to crave your company, is really understanding that you have a responsibility and a duty to be your happiest self, not even just for him, but to be your happiest self for yourself, so that man can feel like he doesn't want to lose a bit of that joy. And number 4, are you a woman that he fears losing? Has he got you in his pocket? Has he got you emotionally in his pocket? He can do whatever he likes, you're always going to be there. He can show up when he likes, you'll always be there. He will do whatever he likes, you will never check him. He will whatever. So he knows that he knows intuitively and energetically that he's got you. You have so fallen at his feet to worship that he doesn't fear losing you. Now, it's important as human beings, we are wired with a great fear of losing, and the things that we feel we're going to lose are the things that we fight for. And so it's not about manipulating, it's about him realizing that he doesn't have you yet, and even if you are in a relationship with a man, he has to know that there are other things that compete for your time and your attention that are equally valuable, that he has to step aside and accept. My fiance knows that the things that he has to step aside and accept, because because I have things to do, I have places to go that are important, and he respects that. But that's because he knows that these things are valuable, these things are important, and that I have lives and relationships in my hands and people's spirituality in my hands, that I cannot afford to put him before everything. Do you have something like that? That even in a relationship, he knows that he might have to step aside and take a bit of a sidestep. These are all the things that keep a relationship going, right? So I'm going to invite some of you ladies who are interested to join me at High Value Girls Pray, because we're going to be going through the book club, Position for I Do. We're reading my book right now, and we're going to be talking about Position for I Do, how God delivers Mr. Right when you live with power and purpose. And really, this is about understanding that a woman with purpose is a woman with power and attracts the right man into her life. So either join me on Chengi's Angels, her Facebook group, or High Value Girls Pray, because we're going to be going through the same book. And on Chengi's Angels, we're going to be discussing the book from a dating perspective and practical things that we can do. And in High Value Girls Pray, we're going to be speaking of it from a spiritual, biblical perspective of how we should position ourselves spiritually within the context of purpose. And I'm going to be doing live videos on my High Value Girls Pray channel that are to do with unlocking your destiny and discovering your purpose, because those are the keys to attracting your Boaz, the man that is right for you. I hope this video was helpful. If you would like to work with me one-to-one, if you would like some advice on your relationship, please visit my website, chengisworld.co.uk, or look in the description box below for the links to book a discovery call with me, where I will ask you questions and get to grips with your situation and give you the best advice possible for you to move your relationship on to the next level, or for you to move on to your better and most best relationship. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. In the meantime, take care of you. Love you lots. Bye bye now.